to the Stanley Parable. My name is Danny, and I will be leading you through this experience. I've been wanting to play this game for a while. It's, in my opinion, it's a little funny. It's a little out there. It's very storyline, very deep. The end is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. I like the twisted kind of stuff they had in here. Now I've seen it played. And one of the reasons I want to play it for myself is because I think there are other ways to do things that change the way things go, and that makes it a way interesting game to me. And I'm probably talking to myself because God knows this loading screen is killing my recording. Alright, we'll just enjoy my coffee while I wait for it to load. If anybody ever wonders, I love my coffee. I live on coffee. The days I forget coffee, I forget to live. Maybe.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Stanley of the dead.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
I just have this urge
In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
Everything that he tells me not to
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And I failed. I mean, standing here not doing anything is an option. But what fun is that? Ooh, kind of skittery.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
They're dead.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I want to touch everything. There's a computer on, and it has solitaire. I want to go play solitaire. His computer turned... Man, Hey, turn it on. Let's turn everybody's stuff off. Don't waste any electricity now. Keep it. Yep. Awaiting input. Yes, climb on the desk. Input receives. Can I give you more? I can climb with that. No. Don't close the door behind me.
Oh, and I guess this is... Ah, no, apparently not.
Can't go that way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Tap on the glass, tap on the door. Yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
And some coffee. I like coffee.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't like left. It looks spooky. I don't want to go left. We're gonna go right. This one's open too.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I've been told that before. I don't follow directions. I make my own path. Boxes. Can't jump. Why is there no jump button? Hey, I got an achievement. You can't jump. But I want to jump.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give
Unless
me a
you
chance.
got some hot chicks at the end of this, I don't think you got anything to show me. I want to walk out the door. This is a huge building too, by the way.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I don't like red. I'm a blue guy.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I'm okay.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
128.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
A dragon.
Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Well, I do like RPGs.
Tell you what.
I mean,
Let me take a stab in the
having
dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I love having a, skill tree.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I don't have
Okay,
a choice.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I could give him a 1 and tell him I hated it, even though I just did whatever I wanted to do. Give him a 5, tell him I love it, but he wants critical and I'm going to be a jerk.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
No.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly
Another new
candid,
version?
I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
He's going to... Worldwide leaderboard. Good old Neil. Where am I? I wonder if these are real stats. I just wonder. It says everybody's offline, but oh wow, okay, let's make it. Hey, look, that's probably me. Yeah, that's me. 7 hours and 37 minutes. I have not been playing that long. I swear. I have no idea. Why not ask some friends for help? Friend list empty. Boy, I must have no love. Okay, sure, let's go down the path you went for me.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Nope. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
And back into loading. I don't know why loading tanks my frame rate so bad.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Stop playing the game, buddy. Oh no.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Bye.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, back in the loading. So it is an interesting, playing a game that's hey,
well,
look.
Stanley, is this any better?
No,
At
I
last,
still
the
can't
one
jump.
thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
You're gonna build a house. I can't
this
move.
Will go here. No, here. And then...
Making the house out of dirt. That's a failure.
See,
That is
what does it
Minecraft
need?
101.
Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off... Yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I don't want to go in your dirt hovel. I want to go this way. You know what's weird? Every time I click, it sounds like a keyboard press. And I'm wondering if that isn't, like, supposed to be a deeper meaning to the game. That really, you're still at your computer. And every time you click on anything, you're making a choice. Because they talk about, you get asked to hit a button and make a choice. And that's your entire job. That's all you ever did. And this is what's going on in his head while he's making these choices. I don't want to go in your freaking dirt hovel. Can I leave? Can't jump. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Isn't it grand?
Yes.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Yes.
Diamond Everything.
Diamond house.
Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Yeah, there you go. Yay. I can move again.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. I have nothing. There's a creeper. Blow me up.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear here. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Okay, so I started to hear some enemies there. That would have been awesome to get attacked. But, oh well. 'Tis Stanley's life.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. Oh, what is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
You know what? Who needs you? I can just listen to music.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Yep.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of
It
these
took my
games.
radio!
And I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
Whoops. Was I supposed to do that? Okay. I want my radio back. Stupid elevator. Okay. Filing cabinets. Get a wrench. That looks like death. Okay. I mean, I might have to just jump, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I just jump off of the wall. It feels like I can do that. I don't know. Now I'm back in the hallway with a bunch of doors. And he's not even talking to me right now. He's just kind of like... I guess I've pissed him off so bad he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. No. It does. It sounds like I'm clicking keys every time I touch my mouse, which makes me think that maybe that's still him at the keyboard, like at his computer desk, making a choice every time he clicks on anything. And what do you want? I'm in the middle of recording. Oh, people. That's okay. The doors I can open. Let's just go in here. Can I break anything? No. No. Okay. And it's dark again.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end
I need
to
a
make
narrator.
sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
Sometimes I wish I
That's
had a
who I
narrator in
am.
my life. I think
That is
that'd be
what I
hilarious.
mean to this world.
Some random person
Oh,
that follows
yes.
you around and
Yes,
is
I'll
like,
be back. There's no other way.
today he goes to work.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Can you wait? Can you wait for me to... whatever is going to happen to me? The end is never. Yeah. Look, I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply lost a memo.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Coffee, there's a trace. No, I'm sorry. Someone spilled coffee. They say there's no trace. There's traces of people were here at one time. No, I can't find my coat. Anyway, that door didn't have a number. Can't open it anyways.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
guess I'll do what
doors,
he tells
he
me to
entered the
do this
door on
time.
his left.
Let's see what happens. I refused him last time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Why am I looking for an answer? Let's see. How does resolve a dispute with a coworker? Let it ball up inside you. No, I was reading that. Use slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. And that throws some bevel on all the text. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Why do I not believe any of that? Okay, let's continue. Hey, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, there's all kinds of neat stuff in here. Hey, duct tape. You're by yourself and trying to survive duct tape. That's all you need. You
There was
survive off
nothing here.
everything.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
He doesn't want me here. Upstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, upstairs. And you know your boss is a jerk. And you get all these little meaningless little cubicles down at the bottom, and all of a sudden you get up to his office, and it's just like he has his own bathroom. It's all wood and decaled. And,
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
yeah, sure, down. Just going into a random elevator in the back of someone's office that kind of looks like, you know, leads to death. I mean, that elevator kind of looked like something out of Silent Hill. I don't know if I'd go into it. And it only has one button that brings you down. That means there's no way of getting back up. I don't know why you would ever want to hit that.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
How big is
It
this
was a
building?
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm telling you, I mean, that's Silent Hill. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys haven't played Silent Hill, especially like the first couple. You might not know it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Can I take over people's mind? Why not?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
1984. I want to control everybody's mind.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
got
revealed.
fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah. Ooh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
What does it mean when you get
Was this the
fired?
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Isn't that what all society
Had
is
he truly
anyway? It's not really
spent
like
his
mind
entire
control,
life
but
utterly blind to the
you
world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
will I honestly think I'd just be like, yeah, let's take over the control.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
Going on.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I'm so not
Other
gonna get
times,
this done in
I let the
time.
office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Here it is. I see
Oh,
4.
dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what
Yeah,
you're
you're right. I have
supposed
no
to be
idea
doing
what I'm
right
supposed to be doing.
now?
I'm hoping that
Or did you
it's
just
right.
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Every
These
little
numbered
thing.
buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Oh, I like it. It's kind of...
choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
Okay, it's
happily
getting
ever
really
after.
fun for me to hit anything. Oh, that was fun. I honestly don't think there's a way of stopping it. There might be. If anybody knows, hit me up in the comment section, because that was... yeah, I thought I had an idea how to do it, but I guess I really didn't. So I'm gonna end the episode here. That was the first part of Stanley Parable. From what I understand, there are many more iterations as I continue through the game that do different things, and there's different ways you can do things. And of course, just sitting here and waiting for things to happens too. So with that, I will end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, hit that like button. Comment. I really would love some comments. Let me know what you guys think of the videos, what I could do, what you might like to see. If you haven't, subscribed to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to post videos every day, or at least as often as possible. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one.